Hi, this is Saintjerome of Crypto Experience is bringing you yet another crypto experience. Today is April 16th of 2025. I have had a request by someone who's brand new to cryptocurrency, just what's this all about? So if you are well trained in cryptocurrency, this might be a little too simple for you, but I'm going to put it out there anyway, and maybe I will help a few people. Um, what is cryptocurrency? Well, the most famous one of all is Bitcoin. Let me see. And I have a Bitcoin wallet there on the lower right. Now, there are three types of wallets I'll talk about today. One is like a paper wallet, but it doesn't have to be made out of paper. It can be made out of metal, such as these Ballet wallets are. They're the easiest to use. Then we have software wallets like Exodus, Coinami, and I will talk briefly about the Exodus wallets. And then we will have like a flash drive kind of wallet like Trezor or Ledger. So anyway, here is the Ballet wallets. The only downside in a Ballet wallet is if you lose the card, you may have lost your money if you don't have your keys backed up. So what is a key? So first of all, what is a cryptocurrency? And there's a bunch of them. Now, how many good ones are there? In my opinion, we're only talking like maybe 12, 15, 20 at the most, actually really good cryptocurrencies. The most famous one being Bitcoin. Bitcoin came around in 2009 and talked about private money. Um, and you can do some underhanded stuff with Bitcoin, and that's actually not true. Every transaction ever made on Bitcoin is on the Bitcoin ledger. And with technology and I think it's going to be easier and easier to go backtrack and find out exactly where that came from. Now, some people who have Bitcoin have been sleeping for years, meaning aren't with their wallets and haven't opened their wallets back up again. So I will talk about, kind of like that. So these are some very important wallets here. These are four of the top wallets, not the top four necessarily, but four of the top. You have Bitcoin on the lower right, the original. And then let's go up to Litecoin. That's that L. Litecoin came around in 2011, and it was a fork off of the Bitcoin blockchain, and then started its own blockchain. So let's talk about that. So uh, any cryptocurrency is a big, long number. It can have letters in it. It can have numerals in it, and it's a unique number. There's only one of. So when you are protecting your cryptocurrency, you are protecting your private key. The private key, if someone gets your private key, they can take all your funds in that particular wallet. So you guard the private key greatly. Now, the public key is how you get the cryptocurrency sent to you. So you don't care if people see that. So on the outside of all four of these wallets, we have the public key. It is actually a number. Now, this doesn't have a number down there. It's a demo, so it's got a bunch of X's, but that actually, it would have been a number after that. So that the BC starts out like Bitcoin, the Litecoin started like LTC. Um, and you, all I got to do is either type that number in at the bottom into my wallet, or I can scan the QR code off of the other wallet, and I can send my crypto to it. So if you want somebody to pay you, they just need that number or your QR code, and then they can send the whatever the currency is right to you. Now, to send on a Ballet wallet, it's a little tricky, but it's the easiest one to do of all. You have to have downloaded the Ballet app, which you can find on the Play Store or the Apple Store. And you put that down there. Then when you go to send your crypto to somebody, there are two things you got to do. One, on the lower right, you see it says wallet passphrase scratch off. So you have to do that. Then they give you a verify to make sure you have a real card and not some kind of fake card going on there. And that's half of what you need. And then this is the sticker system. The outside of the sticker is a public key, and you pull that public key back, and underneath in a yellow sticker underneath is the other part of your private key. So then you take those two parts, put it in the Ballet app as your codes, and you're able to send. So the on a Ballet wallet, there's a if you look and see a little yellow B in the top right hand corner of that sticker, that is a hologram, and when it's been uh, moved or played with, that gets destroyed and it's no longer intact. You can tell someone's been in the wallet. So you might want to be careful there because you could put a lot of crypto into it and then they already got your private keys, somehow. This is a very good wallet, and it has over 100 different cryptocurrencies that it has. Now I'm going to show you a few more shots of this wallet in action. Now, as I was saying, the Ballet Wallet can do like over 100 coins. However, if you pick like one that its main coin is XRP or its main coin is Litecoin or whatever coin, um, that's a little easier to use, but it's not that much learning curve how to do each one. But if you simply want to store, say, XRP, you get the XRP wallet. It's real easy to do. So here is above is a wallet, and now it's showing you that the part number 3, 4 is the sticker. You don't remove it, but there's a sticker that covers up the yellow underneath, and that is your public key. That is your cash box. Then, in order to send it, you have to get the number off of the yellow sticker underneath. And you can either do that by copy and pasting the number, or you can scan the QR code. But with a Ballet wallet, that's not the only thing you have to have. You also have to have the passphrase. It's going to be numbers and big letters, etc. So those two things make it a pretty safe wallet. I've been taught that Ballet wallets private key and passphrase are made in two different countries, Singapore and Las Vegas, Nevada, and that the process of doing it, they immediately erase your private key, so no one has it. And it's done in two different places to keep somebody from kind of getting ahead on that technique. Never been a problem with Ballet wallets I've ever heard of. They've been out for several years now. Bobby C. Lee has a very good reputation. He was early into Bitcoin, and as was his brother Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee is the inventor of Litecoin way back in 2011. So they've been in the crypto space for a long time. Very good guys. I have met Charlie Lee and taken a picture. I've talked to Bobby C. Lee a couple times, once on a Zoom chat, and another time last year for several minutes on at Nashville. We talked about Ballet wallets. Now, to be fair here, I am a Ballet wallet rep, but I only get paid when you buy what's called a real wallet. If you do any of the other wallets, I don't get a dime. So all this time of doing it, I made less than $100 on the sales of over $5,500 of using my code. So, but it's a good wallet, so I'm not going to knock it too much because they know what they're doing. It's a good deal. So you can get different wallets by going. If you use my code down below, you can go to the Ballet site and I'll get credit for a sale. If you get the real series, I'll actually get a small percentage of the sale. It's not very much, and like a percent maybe or so. The price right now on a real wallet is about $49. They've gone up considerably with tariff time here. They were around $35, but now it's like $49. So count on around $50 now. They do have a special coin wallet. I won't bring that up now, but it is actually a coin. And I've seen them in silver. And yeah, I guess mainly just silver. Now, it's not actual silver, it's just like a steel coin. And that will hold only one type of cryptocurrency. But if you want to just store Bitcoin, that's an option. You want to just store XRP, that's an option. And those are only like about $25. So you can save some money if you're only going to store one type of coin, and it works quite the same way. And the coin itself is kind of a collector's item and cool. Now, these are not cards. The XRP behind you is made out of steel, so it's very hard. Paper wallets would do the same thing. You can make your own paper wallet. I've never done that. I didn't trust myself. But you can make a paper wallet that does the same thing. But paper fades, paper gets wet. A lot of things can happen to paper, whereas a steel, it's a little bit more secure system and probably not too much is going to happen. But again, store it somewhere where no one's going to get to it and that you don't forget it. Now, the good thing about this, you don't need to know any passwords. You don't need to know any seed phrases. That's a really positive feature for somebody who's new into crypto. Personally, not financial advice, but I don't think I would save lots and lots and lots of money on the card. So I think I would have, if you have a couple cards, maybe different sites, put some on one card, some on another card. So I would probably keep my limit down. So, I mean, I thought about using Ballet wallets to use like a walk around wallet, but boy, then again, if you lose your wallet and that's in it, you lost your crypto too. So I'm actually using another wallet for that now. I was going to talk about that too much, but it's called Arculus. Tangem also makes a wallet, and in order to send that, let me pull that up just while I'm talking about it. Here is an Arculus wallet. Now, it doesn't look like much, right? You look at it. Oh, it looks, you can see it the right way. So it says Arculus. Now, how do you interface that? Well, you need a cell phone. And the Arculus interface is software on your cell phone. But in order to send the Arculus, you have to have this card and you have to use it. There's an NFC chip embedded in the card and you hold it against your cell phone and then it reads it and then you can send. So I said, well, if you um, lose your phone, they can't get into it. If you lose your wallet, you still got the NFC chip. But no, I should take that back. If you lose your cell phone, you still got your NFC chip. If you lose your wallet, they don't have the interface that you use to make the wallet. So that's good. In order to open that, you can use your fingerprint or you can use a passcode. Uh, it has a trouble reading my fingerprints. But it will work sometimes, but other times it does not work. So that's another type of wallet I wasn't going to talk about, but that I brought it up right here. Okay, so that is a Ballet wallet. So that is an easy learning curve wallet, and it's not that hard to learn how to send and receive on one of these. And maybe I will do a little video on that later. Well, I thought I'd show you if you were on the app about what it looks like. Now, it cut off a little bit, but there's enough here to see what's going on. So these are actually like two different screens in the app. So when you get to the app, it'll show you the cards that you have uploaded. Now, there's no information on the app that you upload that can possibly send any crypto from that. This is just what your wallet holds, and it will have your public key on it. So what's missing on here is your public key. You don't see it, but it'll show you the amount. You got a Litecoin card. You got a Bitcoin card. Looks like they also do a new. They also have little themes like a dragon or a snake or something. Okay, then over on the right it'll show. Okay, so this person has Bitcoin on their wallet. They got zero point 0.1 Bitcoin and $5,000. That's been a while ago, right? This is like 85-ish, 83 to 85, 500 right now, and Ethereum, and that's over $1,000. Well, it's zero point 0.1 now, so that's a little high at the moment, actually. But you click on the Bitcoin wallet, and then you can manage that and send it. Now, uh, it looks like the number they're showing you there is kind of trying to be a private key. I don't know, but these are kind of this interface you'll get, and then you can use the codes to send or receive inside the wallet. Remember, once you peel the sticker back, your private key is exposed. So I see these more as storage cards and not an everyday use wallet, but it can be everyday use. If you have your app on your phone, you don't need the wallet. You can save it right to your app on the card you choose. It gives you a virtual card. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's go on to the next wallet. As I was scrolling through, I come across this image. Now, all the images you see are not from my wallets. They are random things I have borrowed from the internet. There's your Arculus wallet that your private keys are on, but over here is what you see as an interface on your $29,000. Man, I got about $5 of mine. It's this interface of what you see, but you need the card there to send it in Arculus. So the second type of wallet is a software wallet, and this is the world's leading software mobile wallet, and it is called Exodus, Exodus. This is what you get when you open your wallet. This is a very, very good wallet. So you get, man, the people in these examples are got a ton of money, don't they? 38,000, ding dang. So that'll show you what are the different cryptos you have. This guy here, if you look at the middle column, he's got 30, I can't quite read it, $3,600 in Bitcoin. Not a lot of Ethereum. He's got 49 cents in XRP, but he looks like he's doing pretty good. So if you click on Bitcoin, then you'll get like the screen over to the right, and that'll be your Bitcoin. That's where you can receive and send. So different than the Ballet Wallet, you have to pick when you click on, you'll have to pick send. And if you're already into your wallet, you'll be able to just scan their public key or copy and paste your public key into where it asks for it when you hit send. And then you do the transaction, boom, and they get their crypto eventually over here, right? If you're receiving, it's the same thing. You get their send address and you copy and paste it into receive, and then you receive it. Now, I don't know if you know, but Bitcoin can take a long time to get to you. Uh, if you want it fast, it's going to cost you. A lot of places now, you can get your Bitcoin without hardly any fees, but you may have to wait like 24 hours in order to do that. You do something like Litecoin, it's like bam, it's just a few seconds and it's cheap, just a few pennies too. XRP is bam like that too. So a lot of them, but old and stodgy, kind of Bitcoin, kind of Ethereum. Ethereum, oh my God, they had crazy high fees for a while. So anyway, this is kind of what the Exodus wallet looks like. It functions a lot like Ballet Wallet, except it's all on your phone now. You're not, if you lose your phone, but you have your wallet, like you got to open your wallet with a passphrase, and maybe you have to open your phone with a passphrase, or maybe you have to use your fingerprint to open your phone. All those things help slow down anybody stealing your funds. Whenever you have a software wallet, you get what's called seed phrase, and that'll be 12 or 24 simple words. I'm going to make up a seed phrase. I don't know whose seed phrase this is, but it says dog, chicken, buffalo, stove, mother, father, sister, water. They're just like random words. And if you have those random words and you have it memorized or written down, you can bring back that wallet anytime if you were to lose your phone, or even if you have another crypto software wallet, like perhaps Coinami. If you have your seed words, you can bring back your wallet into that other thing, and that's pretty cool. Uh, I know somebody had to do that with their Ledger wallet. They couldn't update it, and they were able to move it to a software wallet by using seed words. So the more seed words, the merrier, right? If you have 24, it's a little more safe than just 12. But so far, AI is not cracking that stuff. Maybe that will happen sometime. So kind of watch out. But Exodus is a good rep. I haven't heard any bad things about Exodus at all. Um, they don't support all coins, but they support most coins. They aren't supporting Theta anymore, which is kind of disappointment. That's a coin I like. I do believe is going to be helping to run the internet in the future. And there's a lot of big companies like Samsung and Google. I think Amazon's getting into it, that are running like validator nodes. And when you run a node, you get their currency, which is called Theta Fuel, and you make Theta Fuel, and that's also tradable crypto. So Theta's been down lately. Last time I looked, it was about hovering around $70. It's been as high as $16. Did I say $70? 70 cents, not bucks. It was as high as $16 at one time, and Theta Fuel is anywhere from like 3 or 4 cents to like 8 or 9 cents usually. But if you got a lot of them, you can have a little money. So anyway, Exodus is a good wallet. I'm not recommending anything for financial advice, but it's another way to stay your crypto. It's one step not as safe as a Ballet wallet. It's a little further away. Uh, there's problems if you get tricked by somebody. Oh my gosh, never click on links in your crypto wallet. You should keep your wallet really separate from your social media and be careful. Um, Now these are wallets I've showed you. They're not exchanges. You want to keep your funds, and this is kind of financial advice, but not really, because I get in trouble if something happens. But one might keep their funds in their own wallet. That way they have control of it. If you have it on exchange like Coinbase, then you are under their mercy and they really have control of your coins. So I need my crypto now. I want to buy a plane. I got so much Bitcoin. I'm sorry, we're down for maintenance. Or I'm sorry, we'll only let you have a little bit, but I need it all now or I lose the deal. Yeah, that's the trouble when it's a third party person. And if it's kind of like the bank, if everybody wants their money at once, they don't have it. So watch about coin exchanges. Have had bad experiences with Coinbase with a lot of my friends. And Yeah, so I just don't recommend any exchanges to keep your funds. Now you got to go through exchanges to get your crypto, but then you can take it off soon. If it's not in your wallet, it's not really in your hands. Now, an alternative to having an exchange, and it's kind of like exchange, are the brokers Caleb and Brown. They give you a good deal and they're easy to work with. They have a permanent 3.5% fee, which is really good in the crypto world, and they you have to trade at least $500. That's the downside. Whereas an app like Strike, you can go like $5 and buy Bitcoin at a pretty good fee too. But if you want, you can trade on or buy on Caleb and Brown. They're a crypto broker out of Australia. I've dealt with them for a long time. They're very good. They keep your funds safe, and they're very good. Now, if you and you get a private broker, you can ask them questions. It's amazing. I don't know how they do that really, because you get all this help, and when you go to do a transaction, it's not that much money, you know. So like, if it's $1,000, that's like um, what, $35, right? And it's $2,000, it's $70 fee, which is, like I said, pretty reasonable. So they're not making much money, and you get all that time to get that help. And you can do micro amounts with them to learn how to use their interface, and they can help you through it. But remember, you want your own, this is not financial advice, you want your own public or private key to store your funds on. So we're giving you Ballet, a software wallet such as Exodus. There's other good software wallets out there, like Konami's been a good one. Um, so that is the second type of wallet. Now for the third type of wallet. And the third type of wallet is like a flash drive, or it'll look kind of like a cell phone almost, but it's actually a fancy crypto wallet. I personally, after experience with different kind of wallets like this, being around them, people had them, and people complaining, I like Trezor the best. It's easy to use. They've got different models. The older model Trezor was not as easy to use as a newer model, but the newer model's got like a little screen on it. And then the newest Trezor is almost like a small cell phone, I believe. So anyway, what the Trezor does is it encrypts your private key onto the flash drive, and it's encrypted, so people just can't crack it open and take your private key in there. Now, what's the downside? Well, you gotta be sure you keep track of all your passwords and what your PIN number is and all that kind of stuff. But here's a nice thing about Trezor, and there's other ones too, like Ledger. Ledger's a good wallet. EliPal, and I think there's one called Safe something. They all operate about the same, and so you can see reviews on them and trouble people have. Trezor, as far as I know, has never been hacked, but did have difficulty. Somebody put a fake Trezor address on, and people were buying Trezors from this fake address. And then the people at the fake address sent them a Trezor, and they had messed with the inside. So when they put their private keys in there, got all their stuff got stolen. So you got to be sure you're going to the correct Trezor website. Now I'm going to let you figure that out. I don't want to be responsible for that, but you can go out and find the right one with a little research there. Now Ledger, it's similar. It's more flash drive looking, a little bit skinnier. It's a good wallet too, but they did have a little trouble with that wallet, and I think they fixed that. It's not a problem anymore. But I lean towards Trezor though. So Trezor, that wallet's offline, and you're storing the keys. You can look at when the Trezor is hooked up. The interface you see is much like Arculus was, or they're all very similar. So when you go to send, you have to have the Trezor hooked up to your computer, or you can hook it up to your mobile phone also. And then you got to be able to punch in your PIN code there and follow all the prompts and things. And then to receive, kind of the same kind of deal too. So good wallet. To me, it's not so much a walking around wallet. So that's what nice thing about Exodus. You can have it right there on your phone, and you can do transactions on your phone. You can have the Arculus wallet I showed you that you can do that walking around. But Trezor, no, not so much walking around. Ballet, that's probably not a good idea to walk around with that because you lose it, right? That's it. So those are the three main types of wallets. Now, Trezor works a lot like Exodus. You're going to get seed words and write those seed words down. that if you lose your Trezor, the seed words can bring your wallet back up. You can even bring your wallet up with your seed words on a software app like Exodus or Coinami. You do not have to have a Trezor. So, what's the key with both Exodus and haha? Well, with Exodus, I said key. What's the main thing with Exodus, Trezor, and Ledger wallets? These computer driven wallets is you need to have your secret words, your seed phrase. They're called. They'll be either 12 words or 24 words. Don't let anybody see your seed words. Don't be writing in front of your computer, writing your seed words down. The camera can catch you. Keep your cell phone turned over. Keep your camera blocked like this. Don't let anybody see you writing down seed words anywhere. This is why I tell everybody is getting into wallets for the first time. Write your seed words in a minimum of 3 places and keep those places separate from each other. So maybe you keep a copy hidden uh, someplace, right? And you give another copy to your relative that you trust, and they hide it somewhere. Don't keep these things in a safety deposit box. When the banks close, they can crack into your safety deposit boxes. They're not really that safe. Uh, they do some sort of safety. So I hope this works. If you're new to crypto, all the wallets function somewhat the same. You have to have a public key and you have to have a private key. Public key you receive, the private key you send, and you have different interfaces you use to do that. So I hope that answers a few questions. I think I will do a podcast in a not too distant future where I'll just use Ballet, for example, and show you how to use one. Uh, I'll see how far I can go. I don't really want to open it up and show you the private key because well, the wall's like $50. So, all right. Well, I think that's all for the podcast today. If you got any questions about wallets, I might be able to answer them in the comments down below. And I thank you for watching. And like I said, if you're an experienced person, thanks for watching. Please hit a like and subscribe. Hey, I've got a 600 and no 750. I already got the 600. I'll pick a random person from all my subscribers, and that person will get $50 of USD, United States dollars, at that time period, whatever that is, in a cryptocurrency, probably Litecoin. That's easy for me to do, but it might be able to do it something else. I don't want to pay big fees like on Bitcoin or Ethereum. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm kind of hoarding my XRP. I think that's going to be a game changer if you see some of my other podcasts like that. So let's see what else before I close. So don't forget my 750 person subscriber contest. Oh, and I'm getting second place away of 20 USD in crypto, and in the third place of 10 USD in crypto also. Let's see. Please hit a like and subscribe, and please subscribe. Let's get me to 1,000. We got Clint Westwood to 1,000. I like to follow Clint, and we got another friend too. Blind Dave Crypto. He's another one. He's hovering around there. He's getting kind of close to 1,000. Let's get us all to 1,000 so we can get monetized and earn maybe $20 a month. It is a lot, I hear, but anyway, it's kind of cool to have 1,000 subscribers. Well, I think that's about it. I have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Saintjerome. I like to build that. Right now, I'm pretty much doing everything free on there. If you do pay at one of the tiers and you get some access to me, you can even get a Zoom call. For my Zoom call is pretty cheap, $25 or so. And I don't give advice, but I can kind of talk you through with something. So, well, thanks for watching, and you have a good day.